Greetings YouTube, maineprimitive here. I thought I'd take you back into my camp again. I've made a bunch of changes and it looks rather different than it did the last time. I've also got a new shelter up and I can share that with y'all as well. It's a little bit chilly this morning. It's starting to warm up now. It's probably in the low 40s, mid 40s. I'll check when I get to my thermometer there. But, yep, so I've enlarged the clearing. Took down a number of trees that were right here and made this whole area a bit more open. As I said in the update, it dries out faster and I get a little bit of a breeze now. These are some of the remnants from some of the trees that I took down. And I also get a nice patch of sky here as well now, where there was a lot of canopy before. It was a broken canopy here, but now I've got a nice opening to the sky. And this whole area is open. Somewhere in this vicinity I'll eventually establish an outdoor fire hearth. But yeah, I have a little fire going this morning. Let's see what the temperature is. It looks like it's up to about 45 or so. But yeah, this is the shelter that I've been working on. Kind of got it up to about 90% finished over the last couple days. I'll insert a graphic here, but it's built using 4 tripods, and the tripods actually share a leg to make them 2 pairs of tripods. And those are lashed together. Over those I lashed down a vertical framework on the sides and back, and a framework on the top, to which I wove in several hardwood sticks from the birch and maple that I took down here, and then covered it over with evergreen boughs. And this took 2 entire trees worth of evergreen boughs, pretty good sized trees too. A very large 35-foot tall hemlock, and also about a 40-foot spruce tree is what it took to cover this. So it's not the most economical structure, but I had those materials on hand anyway. The hemlock actually came down from right here. This is the stump left behind. And I'm going to use the wood from it to, I think I'm going to try to cut this up into planks. And I can use that for shelves and maybe a door and things like that. And inside I strung a tarp using a combination of the grommets on the tarp and poking pebbles through from the inside and wrapping a rope around it so that I could tie that wherever I needed to. Goes down to a low point in the back for the water to drain off. And the top doesn't touch this at all. This is just kind of free hanging in here. And put up a little fire reflector as well, using some of the birch logs that I had here. And last night I actually did a little experiment with this. I grabbed my thermometer and I brought it inside. The outside temperature, where the thermometer is now, was 36 degrees. And I brought the thermometer inside and put it about 5 feet away from the fire, about 1.5 feet off the ground. That's about where that table is sitting right now. And It was 42 degrees at that point. I moved it back to the back of the shelter, and it was also 42 degrees back there. So it looks like this material is doing a good job of insulating if the temperature was stabilized throughout the entire lean-to. And then I moved it up to the front about 3 feet away from the fire, which is about where the chair is now. And right there I had it up to 48 degrees when the fire was going really good. But you know, I'd like to see it stand up to another rain, but once it does, I'll probably be moving my stuff in there. It's not going to be any colder than a tent, that's for sure. And you know, being right next to the fire, I can probably be just slightly warmer than I would be. So that ought to let me stay a little later into the season. And like I said, hopefully that'll give me a chance to come out here during the winter a couple times. And like I said, the shelter is only about 90% finished. It could use another layer of insulation, but that'll require dragging up some more boughs. So you know, I'll probably end up putting 3 or 4 trees worth of material into this before I'm finished with the insulation. But that's my camp the way she stands now. And out there in the woods, I've got a bunch of trees down, and yeah, it'll change again when I come back out here next season.